If you're having trouble letting go of a specific thought or emotion that you feel is uncomfortable and you don't want it to be there anymore. So for example, if you're trying to let go of thinking about your ex, or you're trying to let go of a very strong craving, maybe for sex or for tasty food, you're trying to let go of anger. Whenever you're trying to let go of something and you find that it's not working, this can be very frustrating. And the question is, what do I do when I can't let go of something? And in this video, I'm going to be sharing you exactly what to do when you can't let go of something, because the odds are that if you are trying to let go of something specific, then I'm here to tell you that you're actually doing it wrong. You are not supposed to be letting go of thoughts, feelings, emotions, cravings. You do not need to let go of anything. Instead, what you need to do is just let it be. So when we talk about letting go, we often think that letting go is about getting rid of some kind of unwanted state. So if I feel anxious or I feel depressed, I think that letting go has to do with letting go of the anxiety. And the ego mind, naturally when the ego mind hears the teaching of letting go, naturally we think that letting go has to do with getting rid of the negative thing. But letting go actually has nothing to do with changing or manipulating your experience. So if you have an uncomfortable feeling, like for example, today I was practicing meditation, and to be honest, I had a very strong sexual craving. I've just had tons of sexual fantasy. I'm a 22-year-old guy and I'm practicing no faps, so I had a very strong sexual craving and I couldn't let it go. And what I realized is that you don't need to let go of a specific feeling. What you should be doing instead is just let that feeling be there. And in fact, what you can do is actually breathe into the feeling and open up to it. You want to allow the feeling to be there. So don't think about letting go. Instead, in your mind, change letting go to letting be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So when you find yourself in times of trouble, when some kind of uncomfortable thought or feeling arises, don't try to let it go. Instead, let it be. And what you can do is you can actually open up as that feeling. So in Tantra, which is it's a mystical branch of some kind of Eastern religion. Tantra is actually a very complicated topic, but Tantra is about transmuting negative emotions into positive emotions. And isn't that what the ego wants, right? We think, oh, Tantra, great, I'm gonna transmute something negative into something positive. Perfect, I'm gonna change this pile of shit and I'm gonna wave my magic wand and transmute it into a pile of gold. Awesome. So the ego, keep in mind, is always chasing after positive experiences and trying to avoid or suppress or let go of negative experiences. If you actually want to grow yourself spiritually and you actually want to develop the ability to stay neutral, to just cultivate positive emotions, then counterintuitively, in order to feel really good in your life on a daily basis, on a moment-to-moment basis, and if you want to raise your vibration, this is not about letting go of negative things and replacing the negative things with positive things. So many of us, we feel a negative thought where I think to myself, oh, I hate the way that my body looks. So then we catch ourselves and we say, oh, that's a negative thought. Negative thoughts are bad because thoughts create reality. So I'm going to try changing this negative thought into a positive thought. So, okay, let's do some affirmations. Oh, I love my body. I love myself. I am so happy to be alive. But whenever you're trying to do positive affirmations to kind of cover over a negative thought or a negative feeling, it's hollow. You're actually not really doing anything. And you might think to yourself that you're engaging in some kind of spiritual practice. You think, oh, look how spiritual I am. I'm changing the negative into the positive. But actually, you're engaged in devilry, which is what one of my teachers says, but you're just engaged in egotistical activity. The ego doesn't like negative feelings, loves positive feelings, wants to maximize the positive and reduce the negative. So, if you want to actually grow spiritually, counterintuitively, instead of trying to change or manipulate or cover over a negative feeling or emotion, instead of trying to let go of something negative, instead, just allow it to be there. Just open up to it. Feel it fully. So when I was practicing meditation and I had this very strong sexual craving, honestly, cravings are scary because sometimes they're so powerful, they're so uncomfortable that it's like, I don't know what to do about it. But what I've been practicing is just let it be there. Don't try and change it. Don't try and manipulate it. Don't even try and let it go. Just, you want to open through it. You actually want to feel it so fully that it's just a pure expression of reality. So in Tantra, for example, there is this very famous picture of the tree. It's like the guru tree. I'm going to put a picture of it on the screen. And this tree is filled with all the enlightened gurus, and the Buddha is there, and all the deities, all the positive parts of life, like compassion and love and wisdom. But at the base of the tree, you might notice there's like goblins and demons that are actually surrounding the base of the tree. Why are there goblins and demons and ghosts at the base of this tree? The reason why is because in Tantra, these goblins and demons and ghosts represent your vices. So craving, anger, fear, we say the negative emotions are represented by these goblins and demons. So this tree is actually protected by the goblins and demons. See, normally in spirituality, we think when the ego gets into spirituality, the ego thinks, oh, I'm going to become an angel and I'm going to destroy and get rid of the devils. But true spirituality isn't about becoming an angel and destroying the devils. It's about including all experience and opening up to all experience without having preference, without trying to get rid of certain specific experiences. So if you can't stop thinking about your ex, okay, just let yourself think about it. Just let it be. Don't react to the thought. So if you get that thought like, oh, I can't stop thinking about my ex. Okay, that's fine. Just let it be. You don't have to react negatively. You don't have to do some like spiritual jujitsu where it's like, oh, let me do affirmations, or let me try and let this go. Let me go for a walk. You don't have to avoid the thought. You can just let it be. Don't react to it. Say, oh, there's a thought about my ex. Okay. You can actually open up as that feeling of longing or sadness, whatever comes along with that thought. Open as sadness. Open as longing. If you have sexual craving, open as sexual craving. Let it be. All right, guys? So do not try to let things go. Instead, let things be. It's a key shift. I really want you to understand that spiritual teachings like law of attraction, even letting go, many spiritual teachings are corrupted by the ego mind. Because, I've said this 100 times, the ego mind wants positive things, wants to reduce negative things. So even when the ego discovers spirituality, we think, oh, I'm going to use spirituality to make a lot of money. I'm going to use it to attract my dream partner. I'm going to use spirituality to get a lot of friends and social status and subscribers on social media. But true spirituality is only about being unconditionally loving and accepting to all experiences. So if you have anger or sadness or anxiety, that's completely okay. That's just as okay as having bliss and enlightenment and awakening. The true spiritual master is just okay with all experience. This is how you develop resilience. This is how you have true groundedness. If you actually want to be grounded and connected to the moment and present and awake and aware, if that's what you want, cultivate the ability to accept openly all experiences. Kind of like water. Water just flows with whatever you give it. If you put something in water, the water just surrounds it and engulfs it. So just engulf all experiences with openness, love, and acceptance. Don't try and let them go. Don't try and get rid of them. Just embrace them fully. If you want some more help with more detail of actually how to let go of attachment, then I talk about that in this video here, which is called The Ultimate Guide to Letting Go of Attachment. It goes into a lot more detail about what I'm talking about here. Just keep in mind, the key is we're not trying to let go of experiences, we're trying to let go of attachment to experiences. We're trying to let go of the tendency to resist the negative and chase after the positive. We just want to stay neutral and open in all experiences of life, in all moments of the day. And you'll notice your vibration raises through the roof and you just feel amazing at all times. I hope this video is helpful, guys. Subscribe for daily videos and I'll see you in the next one.